Well, foreign policy is a mess, and now back here at home, domestic policy kind of a mess too. Obamacare hitting its biggest roadblock yet. Last night, the Obama administration announcing a one-year delay in a key part of the health care law. Now, large businesses won't face fines for not providing employee coverage until 2015. That's after the midterm elections, conveniently. Republican Congressman Aaron Schock joins us. All right, Congressman Schock, the House has passed a number of repeal bills here. This seems like a smart strategy, even though it's a pretty sneaky strategy by the administration. What's the plan now for the Republican Party?
Well, we're going to continue to press the Obama administration to try and not just get a one-year repeal of this bill or one-year pause, but really a permanent one. We've been saying all along this bill has been flawed from the beginning. As Nancy Pelosi said, they had to pass it to find out what was in it. And what we've found out since it was passed is that it's a bad bill. It's a flawed bill. And even this administration, with 3 years to implement it, is failing to do so. After they have told Congress that they were going to implement it on schedule, that everything was in order. Just a couple of months ago, Kathleen Sebelius came before the Ways and Means Committee that I serve on and said with a straight face to Congress, we're on schedule, we're going to hit the mark, we're going to implement this thing on schedule. And now 2 months later, it's like deja vu. What we told you 2 months ago isn't the truth. We're going to have to backpedal on our words, and we can't deliver on the promises we made to the country and the American people. But as far as the House Republicans go, we think there's a better way. We think we ought to pass a health care law that's patient-centered, that isn't a mountain of tax and burden on small businesses and big businesses all over the country. And if there's a silver lining in the announcement, it's that we get a reprieve for these businesses that were struggling with how to implement the law. The bad news is if you're a normal, everyday American citizen, they're not putting a pause for you. They're not giving a holiday for its implementation. They're going full bore ahead and requiring the tax and the penalty and the mandate on individuals, but not on big businesses.
So,
and I think it tells you something about how Washington, D.C. is run, unfortunately.
What does that mean for individuals? Now, the businesses get a bit of a break, but it's still going to be bad when it eventually does take effect. But what does it mean for individuals looking for health care because the individual mandate still stands?
Well, a couple things. First, it says that there's a double standard in Washington. It says we're going to hold individuals to a different law than we are to businesses. Which obviously flies in the face of the purpose of the law. Second, the whole argument that Democrats are making about Obamacare is if we shove everybody into the pool, rich people, poor people, old people, young people, big businesses, small businesses, we'll make it less expensive for everybody. That was their argument. Well, when you take out of the pool of exchanges and out of Obamacare 80% of the American population, which gets their health insurance from the employer, and you say we're only going to put in Obamacare, we'll only put the people in Obamacare who are individuals, invariably they're going to be more expensive. It's going to be people with pre-existing condition. It's going to be people who, for whatever reason, couldn't afford health insurance on their own. And so it's going to make the law and complying with the law that much more expensive. The penalty and the tax that much greater. Absolutely.
A bunch of sick people signing up in the system, that's going to be very, very costly. Congressman, thanks so much.
Good to be with you. Happy 4th of July.
You too.